Okay, anything else?
No, baby, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
You're supposed to tell me to shake a leg. I was gonna, but
Can you hear me,
no,
Kim?
Vic, can you hear me? Just tell me
Yeah,
if you
just
can.
checking
now.
my
say
audio.
yes.
Yep, I can hear you. You, me?
Oh, good. All right,
Good.
see you in a minute. Few minutes.
All right. We're just getting started, so we're good.
We changed the title of this meeting a little bit, Vic, just so I'm warning you. We're gonna cover good stuff.
Oh,
Like,
fun. Well, I always have fun here. That's why I come.
I'm a six-figure advisor.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. Are you looking good, girl? Okay, so
Oh.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, no problem. Well, I just want to welcome whoever's here. This is Vicki Link. I like to come along and so I can make sure Kim doesn't say anything fresh that I haven't heard before. So that's why I'm here. And I wanted to just say, if everybody could go to chat with me before we get the ball rolling, because she's got some good stuff today. I've just heard about it. And go ahead and type in there. Oh, first of all, I should tell you, go ahead and make sure that you have your settings in chat to everyone. So we are a quite engaging group. Hi, Hecton. And go ahead and tell us where you're from. Pop in. We're just getting going here. Say hi. Oh, Carolyn, I wouldn't even start this meeting without you. North Dakota. And Hecton, where are you from? Tell. New York. Good. You got it in there. LaShonda, North Carolina. Beautiful place. Almost took a job there once. It's beautiful. Nice to have you. Anybody else, just pop in and make sure your settings are to everyone so we can all see everything that everybody's talking about here. Denise Hunt, good to have you back. Kansas City, good to have you. So while we're getting the show on the road, love to ask a question. We do ask this because everybody has something that they're working on, and it may change from year to year. Who knows? But what are you currently working on? If you're not working on anything, then you're dead. Everybody's working on something. All of us are. I am. I'm sure Kim is as well. So tell us what your biggest thing is right now in your way. It feels like it's like, a big tree that fell in front of your feet and you can't move it by yourself. What is it in the business that you're doing or trying to do that you feel like is really holding you up? And if you could get some help about that, that would be really, really cool. And maybe even get you onto what we call a six-figure path or even a high five-figure one. Some of you aren't there yet. So a five-figure one, when you aren't anywhere near anywhere but zero, is a big deal. So think about that for a second, unless you know right now, LaShonda, you need more exposure and more consistency in your daily schedule. Oh goodness, that's a really honest one. And I think we could do a whole topic on that, right? Little tiny things that you can do to transform so that your schedule works.
Can you read that one, Vic? That's a really good one.
Yeah, I've got that. It's really good, LaShonda. Daily schedule stuff, more exposure and more consistency in your daily schedule. Super good. Denise, finding clients, that's your greatest obstacle. And then you might tell what you've been trying to do that. So we know you've been out there doing it instead of just dreaming about it at night, right? So it's not just in your dream world. Eric from Dallas, good to have you. As you pop in, do tell where you're from and tell us the thing that is in your way right now. You wished if you could solve this one thing, you just know you'd make it to the top. You'd make it to the moon. Six-figure or at least five-figure to start. A high five-figure earnings would be a dream for a lot of you. Finding clients, wait a minute, I just lost my chat. Hang on a minute. Let's see where that went. Eric, let me see what you guys are saying here. Christine.
Just the slides, not my whole desktop, just the slides.
I only see your main slide. Can I just talk to people?
The red one and the one on the left, right?
Yep, I don't see anything else.
Okay, cool. Be there in just a second.
All right. Donna, oh good, Donna. We were just having a chat. I'm glad to have you here. And Christine from upstate New York. Donna from Florida. And again, everybody tell, because we like to really engage here. What do you feel like is holding you back? If you could just do this thing this year in 2022, that it would drive your business ahead. What's in your way? Okay, Donna, good. You can have your mom jump on. Are you kidding? Nobody can see or hear you right now, so just pop in and she can contribute too. Just tell us who she is. For you, it's time. What do you mean by time? Everybody's got 24 hours. Tell us what's in your way on the time scheme. You're trying to jam too much in your day, or you're not getting enough sleep, or working 3 jobs. What is that for you? And who else? Come on in and give us your greatest thing that you wish you could get rid of or overcome it. And if you did, you know, you would just make it to the top. Your business, your day, or you're talking your day job consumes you. How many hours a week are you doing your day thing? And some of you do day and night jobs. Well, they're one, but they're like 60 hours from morning until midnight. Eric Jones, by the way, I just got your text. Thank you. Attracting people that are ready and able to take advantage of the opportunity. The right people, do you mean, or just anybody? Got to be real specific there. Because you can attract a lot of people, but you may not want to, you know, do more than that. Just get rid of some of them, because some of them are a pain, right? You don't want to work with everybody. The right people. Be really specific about that, because if you had 1,000 of the wrong people, I promise you, it'd be like stepping in a beehive. I think I've done it before. Donna, you can do 20 hours a week on this, but you can't get the folks you need to do that during that time. Okay. Okay, so that's your obstacle. And are you, Donna, are you brand new what you're doing? The thing that you're building right now? I know we talked, but tell everybody how long you've been doing it. And Jenny, oh, they're at work as well, yeah. And Jenny, confusion, who can I talk to? What can I say? And what are you doing right now? Are you reaching out to anybody, Jenny, to test that out as a strategy? And who else is here that hasn't popped in yet to say, I'm here and this is where I'm from and this is the thing I wished I could overcome? On the path, right, to 6 figures, if 5 figures even. You are on chat, Donna, so nobody can hear you. So Jenny, your main strategy is you're reaching out online, or you're trying to. Yes, but not belly to belly or phones or anything like that. And by the way, Jenny, set your settings to everyone you're on, hosts and panelists. And Denise just finished health coaching, and she just joined a company that markets health insurance. Let's see, what else do you say? It's health insurance plan to companies, 7 individuals, 30+% cheaper than normal. Okay. And how long have you been at it? And then for those of you that are just joining, where are you from? How long have you been doing the venture that you're in right now? Or maybe you're just starting. Let us know that. And your greatest obstacle before Kim gets here. And check your settings, everyone. I've got a few here on hosts and panelists. Go to chat and arrow down and select everyone so we can see what you're saying. Next question, how long have you been doing the thing you're doing? Denise, Jenny, all of you. Tell. Jenny, okay, 8 years. Have you made anything yet, or where are you at in the last 12 months? You know, because some of us are dabblers, or some people are dabblers, they just play with it a little here and there. So it's no shame, just where are you at with it? LaShonda, 2 years. And Joni, nice to have you here. 2 years and need targeted leads. Okay. Jenny, 200 a month, and I have no team. Does that pay for your product? And Donna, I know you're kind of new. You've been in this about 3 or 4 months, just getting going. Are you in profit yet? Christine, 3 years, and Jenny, it pays for my product. Okay, let's just pause there. If some of you are in it and it's paying for your product, that's one good thing. You just don't want to stay there, right? unless you want to stay there. If you just want to pay for your product, then that's fine too. But I think most of you are here because you don't want to just pay for your product, right? You do want to make a little bit of a income, pad your wallet, and maybe have some impact too. And I need to earn income. Yep. Who here does? Who here needs to earn income? It's not just hobby time. Okay, anybody else popping in? Let us know before we roll in a second here. Where are you from? And what your greatest problem area is, obstacle they call it, or thing that just, if you could just overcome it, you've read all the books, you've tried hypnotherapy, you've done this, you've done that, you ran a marathon just to get your head straightened out, and it's still not working. Denise just finished training last month, and I just signed up with the company, the insurance company last month. Okay, so you're ready to roll, yeah? You got the training under your belt, at least to start. That's good. Ready, set, go. Anybody else want to chime in before we roll? Evelyn, good to have you. Customer for 4 years, and you're attempting to do the business for 1 year now. Biggest thing, recruiting business partners. Are you gaining customers, Evelyn? Are you making a heap of customers? Because that can also be a good thing. Sometimes that's the best place to start, right? A few, okay. And what do you think's holding you back in finding these prospects, customers, and recruiting business partners? The right words, okay. Who has problems with saying the right things? If you do, say, I do. Seems to be a common malady. Yep, who else? Right words plague you. Christine, I do. There's a half a dozen of you, at least. Donna, I do. Yep, so that people will listen and you don't run them away, right? Okay, I think we're about ready. Seems all of you are saying that you need help with your wording, you're speaking to people, so you find the right buyers. Let alone talking to people that are interested in buying. First, somebody to talk to, yeah? Okay, I think we're ready to roll. Kim, I love the color on these slides, by the way. Now, before she starts, I know she's setting up these slides here, in the next 12 months, based on reality, because she likes to ask this. So last question, what do you imagine that's believable, starting with where you are today? If you have only made $100 a month, or you've just covered your product, Jenny, you've made 200 in 12 months by the end of April, where do you think you could be if you learn how to say the right things and use the right strategies that don't cause people to run off and call out to the right market? How much do you think you could make if you knew the right tools, had the right tools, and had the right message to market and the right wording to solve the problem that you are here to solve? How much do you think you could make? Or how much would you like to make? In 12 months, that's believable. So if you've never done this, never made anything, and you've been, let's say, Jenny, you've been in here for 8 years, but you've made 200 a month, and you're not going to say $1 million by next year. Let's get real. You're going to implement, learn, and then give us something that's realistic. So she's saying she'd like to earn 500 a month. That's realistic. So 6,000 a year. That's 6,000 a year. Donna, how about you? Christine, Evelyn, name your tune here. Christine, 10,000 a month. Is that believable to you right now? Can you imagine doing that if you have the right tools? Donna, 6 figures. Who else? Reality, based on what you can project ahead to see. Good, Christine. Anybody else? Name your tune for the next 12 months. And sometimes we ask that and people say ridiculous things. You know, I want to make $1 million a month, and they've never done it before. So let's be realistic. Let's see who else. 11,000 a month, Evelyn, within 12 months. And Denise, $5,000. And oh, this is good. So Donna, you might be able to do that after our conversation today. I think you've kind of figured your niche out already. So 6 to 8 months, she wants to do it in 6 to 8 months. You can decide to do it, break it down into 6 months if you want. But to be a 6-figure earner within 6 to 8 months. Okay, who's going to compete with Donna? All right, let's break it down to 6 months now. Eileen, hey, it's nice to see you. By the way, put your setting to everyone. You're on hosts. She says 5,000 a month in 6 months. I like the 6 months. Let's do that. Let's break it down. 12 months is too far away. Good to have you back. All right, 6 months from now, Eileen, what can you put forth, reveal what you can imagine that you can earn within 6 months if you implement the things that Kim will be teaching about? And I'll let you guys put the last thoughts in here, and then I think we're going to get rolling.
We
Couple
are.
you just
Yes,
popped
yes, we
in.
are.
And if you popped in just now, tell us where you're from and tell us what you would like to be earning, let's say in 6 months, because we just had somebody say, hey, let's do 6 months. So let's do 6 months. Eric, 5,000 a month in 6 months. Okay, cool. That's the last vote. Christine, 5,000 a month. All right, Kim, I'm handing it over to you.
You're ready. Okay, let's see if we're ready to go. Oh, good, good, good. Can you see me all right?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good, good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're starting a little bit late, but I'll make it up to you because we'll go really fast and give you some information that I think might really transform how you see what you can do. How many people here are up for that? Because, you know, you can get information anywhere, go online and everybody will tell you what to say, what to do. I mean, I've heard a lot right now about some of you saying, if I just knew what to say. Let me ask you something. How many of you have gotten books or you've had classes like, you know, my old friend Tom Schreider, or, you know, you could take Eric Worre, or any of the people that, you know, teach in the industry. So tell me, you've gotten words from them. What happens when you use those? What happens when you use those? Anybody in the chat? They don't work, or what's the story? What's the story with them?
They slammed the door. Donna Schmitz slammed the door.
On the door.
So to speak.
Anything else? I can fix that for you I mean, that's the easiest thing in the world to fix.
Denise says it
What
just
to say.
doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little formula. Today I wasn't going to do that, but I think I will do that. I think it'd be good for you to have it. Can you all see okay? Are we good?
Mhm.
Yes, you can see?
Yep.
Okay, just checking, make sure my ocean is not blocking the view here. Okay. All right, so what I want to do is we're going to do something a little bit different today. And the goal is, how many of you, now tell me true, think about this before you answer, because, you know, it doesn't pay for you to go, yeah, I want that. And then you really, 5 minutes later, you already forgot you said it. Are we good with that? Let me see in the chat. That you will answer, not an answer that you think the group wants to hear or that I want to hear, but an answer that represents what you want to do with your life. Because this is an option. This whole business of becoming somebody that can help other people and gets paid because you sell products that you like or services, or you can help people. This is something that could be quite significant in somebody's life, don't you think? What do you think? Yes or no? Who here really would, if you could, would set yourself up to be somebody who does this full time, where you help people who are looking for you, both business and product? Let's see what you got. Yeah. Okay. Well, one of the things I want to show you is the one here, this first one. Can I just talk to people interested in buying, please? I'm going to show you the language for that, of course. But let me just give you a concept and see how it sits with you. Do you think that, what do you think you should set your mind on first? Do you think you should go, well, I wonder what are the different ways to get from, to travel in the United States? I guess I could take a bike, I could take a car, or where are the roads in the United States? So you have a question like that versus, okay, I want to go to New York and I want to be there in, I don't know, say 6 months or whatever, just say 6 months. In the next 6 months, I want to go to New York. And you decided that you're going to be in New York in 6 months. Do you think that if you decide where you're going to go, where you're going to be, or I want to be in New York City, right? That you would have an easier time figuring out the different ways to get there? Yes or no? Let me see in the chat. Yes or no? If you knew where you were going, if you had the destination in mind, you think it would be easier to figure out how you're going to get there? Yes or no?
Lots of yeses, a roadmap.
Lots of yeses, right? And the same thing is true with what you want to achieve. And you're going to see this in this show. And I think some of you are going to get it. And when it clicks, you'll be completely unstoppable. And the words that you say will probably be the least important in the world because the right words just come right out of your mouth. Is anybody here? Can you believe that possibility? The right words just come out of your mouth. You almost don't have, of course, I'll give you the structures, because there are rules for engagement, but you will really not worry about that like you do right now. Why? Because once you decide that you're going to make a career out of helping people in a certain way, because my events are all for people that are looking to earn at least enough so they can quit their job and hopefully make 6, 7, 8 figures. You dream about that and think about that in their lifetime. Who is up for that? Let me see. Yeah, you have to go with what you can believe. And let me tell you something, beliefs change. As you achieve step 1, you think, well, gosh, maybe I could do step 2. And then you get to step 2 and you go, oh, look, there's some, let me go a little bit further. And then you go one at a time. Your belief doesn't have to be out there at 8 figures right now. Probably none of you can believe that, or almost none of you. So it doesn't matter. Elon Musk didn't start thinking he was going to, go to Mars for sure. He thought maybe he'd send up some little plants. But as his achievement grew from his experience, his belief grew that he could do more and more. Do you see how that is? Have you experienced that before? You didn't think you could, but then you thought, oh, I can't really walk all the way up there. But then you walk a few steps and then you walk a few steps more and you go, oh, look, I made, I walked 6 blocks. How many of you? Tell me yes, if you have felt that before. You want to retire. Yeah. And again, if you want to retire and if you want to achieve something, the number one thing that is the hardest for us to do as people who think we're entrepreneurs is to say no to everything else. You will never retire in a year if you do 6 things. It's just not going to happen. You got to do one thing and shut off everything else. Okay, so let me get the show on the road. I just want to see how many people we have here who could dream about being that person that can actually do this. That's really, yeah. You need more exposure, more consistency, yeah. And you need to have a reason to do that. That's why you do it. All right, so today is the 112th day of 2022, according to Google. There are 253 days left in 2022. Where are you on achieving your 2022 goals for your business? Are you 1/3 into it, or where are you guys? It's something to think about, huh? Okay, so who here wants to become? This is a big question. I want you to answer it at the front and be honest, because this is your life, right? Who here wants to become a 6-figure advisor in 2022? We talk about, for those of you who know about the Orange Book, if my product's so great, how come I can't sell it? We draw the distinction between people who sell stuff and market stuff, seller type people like network marketers, what are we seen as? Oh, they just sell stuff. They push in your face and tell you got to buy this and that stuff. And would you rather be seen as a seller or an advisor? What would you rather be seen as? Let me have you choose. Do you want to be seen as an advisor or a seller? Now, what if I told you that we can help you become a six-figure advisor in 2022? Would you like to learn how to do that? This is called a destination. I want to become a six-figure advisor. Now, this could be you make six figures in the whole year, right? It could also be that you make six figures in 1 month. And if you're in some of the programs that we're in, you could make six figures, that is $100,000 or more in 1 day being an advisor. Do you realize that? Because what's advising? Communicating to people their options and helping people who need advice because they have problems that they can't solve. Have you got this? Let me see what the reaction is. We got this? So thinking about becoming a six-figure advisor. Is there anybody here who doesn't want to think about themselves becoming a six-figure advisor in 2022? Just curious. So the next question is, who's ready to stop what W. Clement Stone said, who's one of the big, very interesting multimillionaires in the early 1900s. He said, the number one enemy of success, of wealth and success. You guys want to know what that is? Who can guess? Starts with a D. Starts with a D. Who knows what it is? Vicki, we got any guesses?
Not yet. Doubt.
Doubt. Oh, that's a good one.
Delay.
That's the one. That's what he said it was. This is really the big one, is delay. Like at the end of the show today, I'm going to make you an offer. And some of you are going to, it'll be the thing you've been waiting for, probably your whole life. And some of you are going to go, oh, yeah, it sounds really good, but I'll put it off. And all of us as humans have this delay machinery built in. And pretty soon you get to 70 or 80 or more, and you go, yeah, I never did do that. I never took advantage of that. And the cost of the delay is that you never had a chance to take an opportunity to really do what you dreamed about doing. And then it's over. And suddenly, you have to figure out what you're going to do next. So delay is the number one enemy. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to whip through this. Who is ready to throw themselves into achieving this goal? What is the goal of becoming a six-figure advisor in 2022? And you can become one with the business that you're in right now. How many of you represent a product line like pharmaceuticals? Do you know pharmaceutical reps represent pharmaceutical products? If you are representing a company like, I don't know, New Skin or Isogenics or, I don't know, LifeWave, pick anything, you are representing a product line. Do you see that? Say yes. Right? You see that you are representing a product line. So you really are a rep for the product, right? Have we got this? I don't know, what is wrong with my stupid chat? Maybe you could, Vicki, you could post there and just give me the answers. Make sure that we
got a lot of yeses. Yeah.
Yeah. So where was I? What did I leave off? I can't remember now. I wanted to answer somebody here that had a comment. What's the last thing I said, Vic? Reseller. Yeah, you could call yourself a reseller. You're not really a reseller because you're not taking like a PDF and reselling it. You are representing a product line. If you're a network marketer or an affiliate marketer, you've chosen a product line to market. And so a reseller, typically, that's in the online world. I mean, you can go look it up if you want to on Google, but it's if you have PDFs and you resell them under your own name, you can have naming rights and all this kind of stuff. But the key is you do not have your own product. You are taking somebody else's product and you're marketing that. And usually what people do in those cases is they market a product that they have an interest in and that they like solving the problem, like weight and all this kind of stuff. So this is what one does. In addition, when you're an advisor, you also know other options. Like if somebody says, well, I want to lose weight and I've been trying my whole life, wouldn't an advisor be able to say, well, I got several options for you, including the product that you've got? Yes or no? Let me see. Who says yes or no here?
Yep,
Right? You
Jenny.
want to be somebody, right? So you need to know a little bit about what's going on. Okay. So let me give you a basic lesson in marketing so you all know before I show you how to do some of the bigger things here. In the in the email I sent out, can I just talk to people who are interested in buying? Remember that? So let me give you the rundown on how we do this right here. When you buy stuff, do you buy because the people that are selling need money or because you want something for you? Why do you buy? Why do you buy? Feel sorry here. For people who need money, you know, like MLMers, right? Who call you and say, oh my gosh, do me a favor. I just started my business. Can you buy my product? Do you really buy for those reasons? Why do you guys buy? Okay, let's hear it.
Because of our own
Because
interest. There's one because of our own interest.
I want something.
I want
Right?
something. Christine, you said it too. I want it. 3 people have said because they want it.
Okay, so what you have to do is figure out what it is that you market so that you can put it out there. So the people who are looking for that can say, oh yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, you want the product or you want to help with save money. Okay, in the marketing world, there are really kind of, for us in the direct marketing world, there are 2 ways to do it. Let's say you have, who has a weight loss product? What, Donna Schmitz? Okay, girl, what do you market? What do you do for people? Okay, what do you do? What do you do for people? I help, who do you help?
She's in gold and silver.
Okay, so what does she do? Who do you help? I help, who do you help? Okay, you help people who? Okay, so describe them.
Right
Who do
now
you
she's
help?
saying family and friends.
Okay, so you just say I help family and friends? You're not gonna say that. Who do you help? Let's say I'm an eye surgeon. Who do I help? People with what? Tell me who I help. Anybody? I'm an eye surgeon. Who do I help?
People have eye problems.
People who have an eye problem, right? So whatever you have has to solve somebody's problem first, because the people with the problem will be scanning online and offline 24/7 to find that thing that they want. Now, so that's why it helps for you to know who you help. So people with, what did you say? You said you basically deal in gold and silver. What do? You market it, or you
she
help
helps
people?
people with money issues.
You help people with money issues. Okay, but is that enough? Okay, people who want to fix their vision, people have trouble seeing. Okay, so Donna, is that enough? So you help people with money problems. Okay, is that going to bring people to you? I help people who, okay, what's the problem they've got? Why do you trade in people collect for the future? Okay, that's not a problem, but keep going. You guys see how this, we are all so fixated on what we sell that we never think about what the problem is that it solves, which is what other people are looking for. Do you see that? Like what do you sell? Well, I could say we sell 6-figure advisor. We sell the Orange Book. And you would say, yeah, she sells the Orange Book. I guess she does. You probably, most of you don't even know about the Orange Book, and you're here. You don't even know what I sell, and you're here. Right? You guys don't, except I just said, can I talk to people interested in buying, please? I'm going to show you how we do that. What is that? That is a statement of a problem that people have that I can help. Do you see that, Donna? Tell me yes, right? So I know how to get people in here, and the only people we talk to, or that I have Vic talk to, are the ones who said, yeah, I have that problem, help me solve it. And we solve it with one of the programs that we have. So you lead with the problem. So what is the problem? Okay. You love the business plan, but that's not a problem. You want to say, I help people who love my business plan. Is that what you want to say? This is not easy. So I'm picking on you because I see you're new here. So that's like, good. We'll get it in here. Okay. So let's say, why are you interested in gold and silver? And any of you answer this yourself. Why are you interested in weight loss? Why are you interested in whatever you're marketing? So, Donna, we'll finish this out. Why are you interested in this? You love the pay plan. Okay, well, that's not a problem. That's something that you like. Remember, why do people buy? Because I want something. They say they want something. Is somebody going to want your pay plan? You want to create a legacy, okay? And how are you going to do that? Why do you need gold and silver for that? Why don't you just stay the way you are? Why not just keep your dollars, put them in a bank? Why?
She also wants to save for her grandkids' future and create
Right. The dollar isn't worth anything today, okay? So here's one thing that you could do. For people who, remember, are you all with me? You need to stay sober and tune in. Because if you don't understand the difference between the product that you sell and why you like it, and the problem that others are looking for, who will come to you only because they scan and see, oh, boom, I want that. You won't make a dime, right? Yeah. Okay, so you could say, I help people who worry that the dollar won't be worth anything by the time their grandkids I don't know, go to a college, or by the time their grandkids, let's see, what's a good age of people worry about the grandkids? You know, Vic, like if you were worrying about this, you got grandkids.
Yeah.
Is it going to middle school? Is it thinking about going to college, or is it just having some kind of life? What do you do with grandkids?
I haven't gotten that far yet, but you know.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. That they could choose a life that is, well, I mean, you can say college because people can understand that they're going to come away with something where they're going to have supposedly a skill set that they can produce a life out of. So
So you help people who worry that the dollar won't be worth anything by the time their grandkids begin to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, and that they will be broke.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that. Okay. Would you say that somebody who is trading in silver and gold because they worry about the dollar, just all of you guys, that they are speaking to people among whom are those who worry the dollar won't be worth anything by the time the grandkids begin to grow up, and that they will be broke? So, Denise, have you got this? I mean, Donna? Tell me there. Are you there or not?
Yes, she says yes.
She says yes. Okay. So this is how you all need to frame this, what we help you do in our program, in the six-figure advisor program. Well, what you want to do is think, what is the problem people have who would be looking for gold and silver? They're not looking for a good pay plan. They're not looking for something that you think the company's really great. Do you understand this? So if one of your clients, say this session right here, who are we attracting? People who don't know what to say. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to make money. They get dumped by all their friends. we're here to fix that. That's the problem. You still don't even know what we market, right? So if you help people who worry the dollar won't be worth anything and the grandkids, they won't, they'll grow up and they'll be broke, right? And so this then becomes a statement. You can say this, do you worry that the dollar won't be worth anything by the time your grandkids grow up, and that instead of leaving a legacy, you'll leave them broke? Okay, you see this? I took the time to do this process so you understand what it is that this is what marketing means. You understand the people in your market, right? You understand the people in your market, what they want and what their problems are as it relates to what you can do for them. So a golf instructor, normally they'll say things like, if you're embarrassed when you putt the ball with your 6 friends because your putts are so screwed up, click here. What does the guy sell? Vicky, what's that game where they say, who are you, or who is the speaker? There's some game for that, right? I can't remember what.
Yeah, I don't recall.
You have to guess charades. I think that's what.
Oh, charades. That's what it is.
That's
Yes,
the
yes.
game. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the game you do. So you see what you do here. You would put on your Facebook. You could have a post. You could put on Instagram. I got to even put it all over the place, and just start to see. Do you worry that the dollar won't be worth anything by the time your grandkids grow up, and instead of leaving a legacy, you're going to leave them broke? Click here, or say me, or let me know, and I'll do a little live on that, because I'm worried about that too, and what I'm doing about it.
Mhm.
Who is going to come? Okay, who is going to come to that event? Is everybody going to come, Donna? Who's going to come? People who what? Worry. What do they worry about? You see. Right? At this point, they're worried that the dollar isn't going to be worth anything. They share that point of view, and they want to have something set up so that they don't, instead of leaving a legacy, you'll leave them broke. Does that make sense? Is everybody monitoring this? You see how this works? So you all want to think about who it is that you help. Yeah, and Christine, I don't know what you buy for yourself, but what you want to do is state who it is. Let me give you an example. One other example, actually. I can give you one right here so you have it. In the days that I was marketing fruits and veggies in capsules, okay, some of you sell nutritional products. Somebody have nutritional products, right? So these were fruits and veggies in capsules. That was the product. So I could have said, I have fruits and veggies in capsules. Who understands? Say yes. Tune in here.
Mhm.
Answer me in the chat.
Lots of yeses.
Right? So
Yep.
I could just say that. We got fruit. We have the best fruits and veggies and capsules on the planet. Look at this bottle. Look at that bottle. Right? We sold more of that than anybody in the company in our first 6 months in their history. And we never mentioned the product. How do we do that? We never mentioned it. In fact, you won't hear our product now till the very end, and only some of you. Why? What's the problem? If somebody wants fruits and veggies and capsules as a supplement, what is their problem? Let me see. Who's got it? If somebody wants a hair product, what is their problem? If somebody wants a weight loss product, what is their problem? If somebody wants a business opportunity like yours, what is their problem? Who can tell me?
Not eating enough fruits and veggies, Eileen says.
Yeah. One of them, don't eat enough fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
What about else? Who is looking for a business opportunity? People that need money. Yeah. You really are looking more for less than they need it, but they want to make more.
Yeah.
Need is very weak because it means they won't do anything. They stay needy for a reason. They don't give up everything they have to, and they don't do the thing, okay? You want people who want an opportunity. They want not money, that's zero, more money. They want to double, triple, quadruple their income. Do you see that?
Mhm.
When we used to advertise, we didn't advertise, you want to make your first million. No, because people hadn't made a thing. They know nothing about business, know nothing about anything. So we would say, do you want to make your second million? For people who want to make their second million. Why? Because they already made their first. I want to make it easy for the people I work with to succeed. You see that? Okay, so let's take the people. Easier to take care of their daily intake.
Of
Yeah.
their fruits and veggies. That's
Right. Now you're getting closer, Donna. You're getting closer. It's easier for them. So what does somebody want to overcome? I don't want it to be such a big pain in the ass to get all my fruits and veggies, but I know I should. Isn't that kind of it? They don't want all that hassle, but they know they should do it. Am I right or not? Do you see how this works? You think about what you and the people want. It's a quicker fix, right? So our pitch was, they didn't know what we had. We'd say, this is, there's 100 ways to say this. Let's try this. We help people who, guess what? Know. What do they know? They need more. Well, in fact, they need, at the time it was their 5 to 9
That was 5 to 9 back then.
fruits and veggies in their diet. I'll move my little chat over. In their diet, but they don't get them, and they want to find some way. That's what we help people do. What do you do? Okay, so we would say, we have on a conversation, what do you do? We help people who know they need those 5 to 9 fruits and veggies in their diet, you know, people like that, but they don't get them. They don't get them, but they want to find a way. That's what we do. That's what we help people do. What do you do? And in a post, do you know? Remember, same thing, turn it into a question. Do you know, are you someone who knows you need your 5 to 9 fruits and veggies every day, but you don't get them, but you want to, and you want to find some way to do it that doesn't take shopping, chopping, cooking, eating, cleaning up the mess? If so, click here. If so, watch this. If so, read this. Do you see this? Who's got the picture here? We got this? This is the basics of marketing, and it's something they don't teach in the industry of network marketing, which is why we don't teach people really how to network market. We teach you how to become an advisor in your area of which we hope you'll become an expert at, an advisor at. Like, for example, I am a really big person on eating right. I have a personal nutritionist I've had for almost 30 years. That's why I'm the same size I was when I was at Harvard, same size. And I can wear the same clothes. Of course, they've fallen off long ago, but you know what I mean. Why? Because I know how to eat. And when we taught this, we would give classes, you know, for people, do live events, you know, when you actually could do them in bookstores and what. And now we could do it on Zoom and say, you know, have you ever thought about fruits and veggies? Like, what's in those things anyway? And why do you even want it? People, yeah. And we know we should get them, but we don't really like them. So we'd whip out a book like Gene Carper, Food, Your Miracle Medicine. That whole book showed what was in foods. If you have 3 cabbages a week, you reduce your risk of prostate cancer by 18%. The whole book is full of that. In those times, those were things people said. So we made sure that they knew you really should get this stuff because it helps you with your health. But if you can't, and you know you should, here's an alternative. Here's a way to do that. And we became the #1 distributor for that product. We did it in all the companies we've been in record time with that approach. And people didn't know what the product was until they said, well, whatever it is, give it to me. That was it. Do y'all see this? Who understands what we're doing here?
Yeah, Donna, for people that don't like veggies, this is perfect.
Yeah, it's another one.
The whole another one. Yes.
Yeah, this is Donna. Good. Yes, that's a whole other one. If you cannot stand veggies, but you know that if you don't eat them, you might look really awful and get fat and, be weak, and you're going to be blind in one eye and your sex life's going to end. Read this. Right? Why? It's an alternative, and you create lots of mystery. And they don't know till the end what it is and what it costs. But by the time they're there, they say, here's my credit card. If you don't give me the damn product, I'm going to hang up on you. That's what happens. Okay, everybody see that? This is the nature of marketing. So it's not about your product. Nobody cares about it or why you like it. It's about the problem that it solves. And so if you decided to market silver and gold, ask yourself, why did I? You could have marketed fruits and veggies. You could have marketed, I don't know, hats. You could market microphones. You could be a coach in running. You could be an orchid person, right? For people who wouldn't have anything but the most beautiful orchids in the world. I mean, there's huge businesses. Or you could be a money lender, right? You see how this works? So you're looking for the problem that the thing is that you market that it solves for you, and then put that out there. I help people who worry about the inflation and their grandkids are going to have nothing, and instead of a legacy, I'm going to leave them broke, and they're going to come to my grave and not put any flowers because they're saying, you know what, stupid grandma didn't give us any, she had gold and blah blah blah, and so we're not going to give her, she's going to get nothing, going to get rabbit food, right? And so you draw this picture of what would happen to someone who has those concerns, you see, and then do some Google work, look it up, see what happens to people where the inflation has wiped them out. And that's your alternative to people who worry about that. You're not selling them the worry. They're already worried. That's why I say people who know that, who worry that. Do you see that? Okay, do you all see that? This is the idea, what you want to do. Tell me, yes, you have that. This is called marketing like an advisor. Because when somebody comes with, my God, what should I do? They've already come saying, yes, that is my problem. I keep getting fat. I don't know how to get off alcohol or whatever it is. Right? All right. So this is your marketing lesson. So how do you only talk to people interested in buying? Well, try this. If I put on my post, hey, is it really possible to get your 5 to 9 fruits and veggies every day? Do you think it's really possible to do that without actually having to eat them all? Tell me yes or no, have a poll. And people start posting and polling and saying, yes, 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 yes. And those are people that are interested in this question. You can have another one. If you know you need 5 to 9 fruits and veggies every day in your diet and you're not getting them, and you ever wondered if there's an alternative that's really any good, say me, and I'll do a little live on it. Who's going to say me? It's called your market. People who are interested in that. So when they scan, and Facebook will show your posts to people that you don't even know, because they said yes, and their friend said yes, and their friend said yes, and their friend said yes. And they're all coming because they have an interest in, I know I should get them, but I don't know how to do it. And I don't have a chef and I don't have time, to blah, 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 blah. Do y'all see this? This is called, you will then end up talking to people that have an interest in what you have, versus somebody who hasn't got a clue and doesn't even know what a vegetable is, of which there are quite a few people. Have we got this? You see how this works? Let me say that you got it.
Oh, yeah.
So you're putting out the problem that you can solve. And when the people say me, you know what Frank Kern used to do? It's his favorite thing. He says, if you want to grow giant tomatoes, watch this. And people will go, hundreds of them say, well, how do I grow giant tomatoes? Did everybody? No, but the people who want to know how to grow giant tomatoes, they look. Right? People who want to get a suit for half off. Of course, that would only be to people in a group who buy suits. In your case, you start the way we talked about here. And the ones who come are the first phase of your market. And then you work with them a little bit more to prove to them that you've got what they want. And some of those people are going to buy. But all the ones you talk to will have an interest in solving the problem. And that's why they're interested in buying. And that's why they clicked. And that's why they say me. And that's why they come to your lives and watch your events or talk to you on the phone. Does that make sense? It's very hard because in the industry, they teach you everybody's going to want this. So what is their, why don't they all say yes? Well, because they don't all want what you have. It doesn't matter what you like or don't like, or what the company says. People buy for, remember what we said, whose reasons? Because of what they're interested in looking for. Okay. Fix that. We did good.
Yeah.
All right. So 3 questions for you right now. In 10 years, I'm going to show you something from Peter Thiel, one of our billionaires. In 10 years, what do you want to earn per month as a 6-figure advisor? So you're going to be a six-figure advisor to the people that come to you because they share your view about the problem that exists for which your product or your opportunity exists to help solve it. Does that make sense? Let me make sure everybody gets that. That was kind of a mouthful. Got it? All right. So what do you want to earn as a 6-figure advisor per month, 10 years from now? Put the number in the chat. Per month. In 10 years, you're going to become, and remember, you can 6-figure advisor, 6 figures can be in a year, it can be per month, whatever. 50K. What else? 100K.
100K, Donna, 100K.
Yep. Read those off to me, babe. Yeah.
Okay. So far, 50 and 100. Anyone else?
10 years from now.
6 figures per month. Eric Jones.
So remember, Eric, you want to have a specific number. 6 figures ranges from 100,000 a month to $999,000 a month. So pick a number.
Christine says
Otherwise, it won't come true.
100K, Hecton 5,000. 155, that's specific, Jamie. Eileen, she'll be 85 and she wants to continue earning 10,000 a month. That's funny. 100K, Ginny?
Okay.
Lots
Yes,
of
remember,
100K.
if you don't pick a specific number, it probably won't happen.
Yeah.
Because your mind
that's
has nothing to
89.
work for, right? It doesn't, Okay, good.
Holly, 89, that's specific. Eric, 125,000 a month.
Okay.
And
So you
Donna-
put this in here as a 6-figure advisor. I want to earn blah per month 10 years from now. Got it? Okay. Now here's something that that's going to kind of surprise you. I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever has heard of Peter Thiel, who knows his name? Anybody? You know his name? Peter Thiel? He's
Eileen?
one of our billionaire boys, like 50-ish or something like that. He was a co-founder of PayPal, big investor in Facebook, and, billions of dollars. By the way, most of you know that Elon Musk is buying Twitter, right? Do you know that? Say yes or no. See if you're up on the gossip. You know that?
Yep. Looks like
I'm going
they
to show you how, when we get to data, I'm going to show you how he financed that. Well, for those of you that are into, media and all that stuff, and you want to see that, it'd be quite amazed. You'll be quite amazed when you see this. So Peter Thiel was interviewed by Tim Ferriss, and the book is called The Titans Book. Where's my Titan book? I can't find it right now, but it's a big orange book, and it's Tim Ferriss interviewed, I don't know, about 50 different very successful people in this book. And one of them was Peter Thiel. And in the introduction, Tim Ferriss said, okay, so how do you think differently than other people? Why are you a billionaire and not me, Tim? Or not me today, Kim, yet, right? Well, how come he's 50 and I'm older than that and he's a billionaire and we're not? Because he has to get dressed and put one leg in a pair, one leg that, how they say, one leg at a time in your pair of pants, right? Or whatever. And he wasn't born rich, so don't get that out of your mind. He started with nothing. And he said, well, I'll tell you how I think different. He said, most people will have, say, a 10-year goal. And they'll say, just like we did here, right? We have this here. They'll say, well, in 10 years, I want to be earning as a 6-figure advisor, because you're now, how many of you realize you can be an advisor? as opposed to a seller. Tell me, yes, I am an advisor. Put advisor in there. Let me see in the chat. I advisor. Who's got that? Let me see. Who's got that identity correct?
Oh, yeah. Donna, you got it. I know. We talked about that. Hecton, bunch of you guys.
You want to have it. That's what you want to be. Okay. So he says, all right, most people think in 10 years, I'm going to say, pick 100,000 a month. And he said, what I do is I will think, okay. And because people say, well, it's incremental. This year I'll be, I don't know, 5,000 a month, and it's going to be 10,000 a month, and then 15,000 and 20,000. This is entrepreneurs, not people who are looking to increase in their job. That's not likely to happen. This is language of advisors, people who own their business that are going to multiply their income, not being, in a job. Okay. That's the difference between entrepreneurship and job. You can crash, but you can also make millions. So he said, well, most people think, well, it's going to be a little bit incremental every year, and then I'll be at 100 grand. He said, what I do is I think, okay, $100,000 a month in 10 years. Y'all have this part. You tuned in, awake and alert, right? You got it? He says, what do I have to do to scrunch the timeline from 10 years? What do I have to do to achieve that in 6 months? That's how he thinks different. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Vic. See if there's a maybe this is just something weird here. No, it was good. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Okay. So how can you scrunch the time into 6 months from 10 years? How many of you can think about how you would have to think completely differently than thinking about it in 10 years? Now, I was thinking today, if I wanted to become a 10-figure advisor, which means that you're making over between 10 and $99 million every year, what's the quickest way that I could do that? And you know what came the minute I thought of it? Like, what if I had to do that in 90 days to 6 months? Because usually people go like, that's a 10-year product, whatever, but a 10-year project. But if you wanted to do it in 6 months, what would you do? You divide yourself, really. And the first word that came to me is our advisory program, which we have one of, I'm going to show you at the end. I need satellites. What are those? People that understand what we do and go out and do it everywhere and train other people to do it too. You see? People who would be trained by us and become little satellites and go out there and do it by the hundreds. That would allow us to grow in record time. And if we train, say, 100 people this year, and 100 people were out there doing $500,000 a year, or even, let's say, $500,000 a year, you see how much the income would grow and the impact that we could have. You see that, Vic? Keep it in your mind, honey.
Very good.
We're going to be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I love it already.
Notice, Donna, you have it. Having other advisors on your team who see themselves as advisors, that is exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, so his thing is the 10-year goal. How can I do it in, how long did he say? 6 months. This is the question. What do you have to do to achieve it in 6 months? And the things you come up with will be things that you never even dreamed of. Turn on some binaural music and turn off all the crap, the visual stimulation, and you'll come up with it. Kaboom. Okay. All right. So these are one. Now, secondly, what are you going to advise people about? What's that thing you're going to help them with so they want to give you money? Exactly. Get a mentor. Of course, you're going to get a mentor. Every top producer, from Peter Thiel to Elon Musk to Steve Jobs to Russell Brunson, who's over 100 million, 150 million a year, they all have mentors. And people at the low levels, well, I don't need a mentor, I can do it myself. Why do you think they're low level and they can't do anything and would rather watch TV? Because they say I can do it myself and they don't do anything. Jim Rohn had a joke about boys who wanted to mow the lawn. This was years ago. And he said they've come by. Well, we used to do that as kids, look at the street and pick the lawns and bang on the door and say, hey, would you like us to do it? And there would always be somebody who said, no, I can do it myself. I'll save the $10. And their guy was usually 50 or 60. And of course, they break their back or they wear themselves out, but they can't see that the $10 they'd give a kid like me, they could take that hour and instead of risking their health and their back, because of course, they're not exercise, read a book about how to leave a legacy to their kids within the next 5 years and imagine how that could happen instead of mowing the stupid lawn, which is a $10 an hour activity, which I was willing to do because I was an implementer in those days. I didn't think about how to imagine what I could do in 6 months with satellites. You see? So the more you think you can do it yourself, the less likely you're likely to succeed, because if you could have, you would have. You ask yourself, if I'm so good, why I'm not doing it? Well, I'm not committed. Well, great. When are you going to commit? Well, never. Well, then don't think about 100 grand a month because it's not going to happen. If you want to be a 6-figure advisor, you want somebody to take you there quicker so that it happens in 6 months and not 10 years. That's how the players all tell us, from Michael Jordan to Peter Thiel, that's what they do. So you can listen or not, but you're the one who's at your income level, right? And you want to change that. These guys have changed from nothing to billions. Yes, you can do it. You just have to think about different things and react differently. Okay. So who do you help with what? What kind of advice? And are you going to get really good at it? We are still practicing getting better. Okay. So you might help kids get into Ivy League schools. You might help save a marriage. You might help lose the weight. You might help people protect themselves against inflation. These different things that you're doing. Okay. So this is one of the help statements that you can have. I help so-and-so, people worried about inflation, worried that the dollar's going to, I wouldn't even say people worried about inflation, because what does that even mean? It's just jargon. I help people who worry that the dollar's going to be worth like 3 cents by the time their grandkids want to have some money and wonder what is sitting in the bank. And what used to be 100 grand is now worth $3,000. I worry about that. And I want to help people who want to be sure that doesn't happen to them without them having to say, I don't know, join a $500,000 program, or without having to take 10 years to learn how to buy gold. That's who you help. And those people who perceive that problem in their minds before you ever told them, they already had the worry, they'll come to you, and that's who you're going to be marketing to. Okay. So just, these are statements. I think we've gone through this probably enough. You want to see a couple of these, or shall we get to the next part here? What do you want? You let me know. I have a couple here. I can show you what they are for people who like the language. Yeah. Yeah. See, Donna, you see how this works, right? If the dollar's worth 3 cents, if you talk about inflation, people zone out. Why? Because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
The dollar doesn't turn in your hand to 3 cents. What happens is the dollar turns into 3 cents 10 years later when you look at the bank account, and it buys $3,000 worth instead of $10,000 worth. You see that? That's what you want to think about. So you can say, for example, if you are looking to recruit, I help people who want to build their own business, build something of their own, who want to become an advisor and help other people so they can quit their job without having to hit up their friends or chase strangers down the street. Who's got this? These are little, thought I'd give you little juicy ones. See that? Right? Yeah, you see how that, right? I could sell all of you on a business, and this is how we would do it. Have you ever thought about, in fact, for network marketing, have you ever thought about building a network marketing as a 6-figure advisor instead of one of these sellers? Would you want to join something where you get to be an advisor, a 6-figure one too, instead of just one of these network marketers that everybody wants to run away from, right? Who do you think would respond? Are you kidding? It's like, where do I sign up? Am I right or not? You tell me. Who is interested in something like this for your business? where you're getting a bunch of advisors, not a bunch of people who say, well, where am I going to get people? You would never ask that if you knew what you were doing for them. An eye surgeon never says, where am I going to get people? They go to the place where people say, my eyes, I have problems. I have problems with my eyes, because they put out the sign that says, I help people who are about to go blind, not go blind. Call this number. Who's going to call? You know, in fact, I said there was a network marketing company that was still around actually, and they had the big weight loss thing, and they used to have it on a t-shirt. Lose weight now, ask me how. They wore that. And guess how they got people? Knock, knock, knock. Do you lose weight now? And show me how. Show me how. They wore the problem on their shirt so that when they were waiting in line for coffee, people would come to them and say, is that real? Do you do that on your shirt? You could put the same thing on your shirt. We have people who want to be an advisor, you know, make six-figure advisor. Ask me how. Somebody's going to put a knock on your shoulder and say, hey, I want to learn how to do that. Okay. So it's all in how you position it, positioning it in a way that people who want to help others and become wealthy, helping others solve their problems, that's who comes, instead of people looking for, you know, just a quick buck. Okay. So these are examples of these here. I think that's probably good enough. Just remember that everything on the market solves a problem. Everything on the market. And then you want to think, what is different about you and your thing? Number one, you're the one marketing it. And there is nobody like you. Remember Mr. Rogers, there's nobody just like you. That's the way it is. So the fact that you are doing it, and with the experience that you bring to the table, I won't go into all of this stuff because we do a lot of this in the program, just to give you a good sense of, here's how we're different. And if we were to say, well, how are you different with what you do? We don't hear no. The only people we ever talk to and the people we train, they don't hear no either. Because the only people that you talk to are the ones who have already gone through all the qualification steps, the way we've done it right here. See how that works? That's what you need to know. All right, let me go to the next part here, because I have put some things together and I wanted to make sure that you understand that there are a lot of ways to bring people to you where you only talk to people that are interested in what you have in the first place. And I think we've kind of, we're there. Okay. Does this make sense to people? Figure out who you can help. And who here knows, because you shouldn't apply to the program unless you know this, who here would say that you are certain that you can help people solve their problem with your program, assuming that their problem is the same one that you see and why you're doing your program? Who's certain that you can help people with what you have? What do we got, Vic?
Donna says I can for sure. And Holly, set your settings to everyone. Eileen says she can. There's 3.
Okay. Yeah, because if you're not sure that you can, that you're certain that you can help people solve the problem that you've got, you won't do a good job getting really good at it. You have to believe that you can. And that's based on what you've done for yourself. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you? Do we have some 10s in the house?
Oh yeah, we've got a couple already. Half a dozen.
Oh,
Thereabouts.
all right. You want to attract those people to you and nobody else. So you only attract the ones that you want, not the ones that you don't want. This way you never get any looky-loos. You never get any lazy bones because you don't ask for them. A 6-figure advisor assumes that you're going to know stuff and do stuff and be really effective, right? People that are hurting with the problem that you can help with. Okay, so just keep this in mind, that you're going to find these people. We'll show you how, and then you put them gently through we have an automated nurture and sales process. And you can do it by hand, or you can do it, you know, with emails. You can do it with Facebook postings. It's a wonderful process that we have. And then you finally will enroll them into your program. Okay. So it's just an important thing for you to know that you want to attract people. Okay. So let me go to the piece that I want to give you. Whoop. Right here. Hang on a second. Okay. So of the group that's here right now, who here is looking to become a 6-figure advisor in the next say 6 months. Let's see who's up for that.
Holly and Christine and Eric, for sure. Eileen. Donna.
Six-figure advisor, right? That means at least 10,000 a month minimum in the next 6 months. That's what you want. Okay. And who here expects that I'm going to make some kind of little offer here in a few minutes to show you how we might be able to help you do that? Who here believes that?
Oh, yeah.
We got that figured out?
Holly says she can't wait.
Sweet. And who wants to know kind of right now what it is so you can relax and enjoy the last piece I have for you? By the way, I know that the offer we're going to make is going to be just for some of you guys. Like everything else, it's just for a few. But that's why we have, that's why we make this. We have a few people who go, oh, they've been waiting for this forever, like Holly. So I'll tell you what, should I tell you how, I'm going to tell you now basically what it is so you can relax for people who want to become a six-figure advisor. Like I said, it can be whether you're coaching, whether you're doing an affiliate program, or whether you're marketing a network marketing program, or the business, especially the business. If you learn how to network market the way we're going to show you here as an advisor, you will never lack for disciples and advisors on your team. Because people want to help. The whole industry is based on who can you get. I got to get so-and-so so I can rank up. I got to get somebody else. Who do I have to call to get them in? This is not what other people want you to do to them, is it? Do you want to be gotten so you can fill in somebody's circles on the wall and hit their rank? Is that what you want from other people? Is that what you want them to do to you? Or do you want them to help you get where you want to go? Right? And so ask for the people like advisor types who already know they're meant for this. They're got a calling and they're going to find out what it is and they're going to go do it and help incredible numbers of people and become incredibly wealthy as a result, because that's what happens. Jesus is not poor, God is quite rich. So don't think that they think being in the poorhouse is a good thing. The church is the richest entity in the world. Okay. So make sure you got it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have a little 6-week program, six-figure advisor program. And the cost of it is slightly under the 10,000 a month that you want to make for the next year. And hopefully you should be at 100 grand a month sooner. So that's what it's going to be. Okay. We have quite a large number of options and we've been thinking about, why don't we just stay at this one number because it's easy, and capital loans are available. Okay. We have lots of financing. By the way, I wanted to mention it's free to apply to work with us, to have us help you. And of course, it's free to apply for capital. And some of you think, some of you may go, oh, I don't want to borrow money. Dave Ramsey says don't borrow money for anything. And that's true. Don't borrow anything if you are just a 9-to-5er. Not anything wrong with that, but a 9-to-5er is basically on a fixed income. Did you know that? Yeah, we think about fixed income as people on disability and yada yada. But in fact, if you have a job and that is your primary source of income, you are on a fixed income. And the reason Dave Ramsey says don't go borrowing money like 10 grand for crypto or $5,000 or whatever you're spending for like a new car or I don't know, crypto, you have no way to pay it back if you're living on a fixed income, because most people live check to check. Isn't that what it's called? Paycheck to paycheck or something? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen a paycheck in probably 40 years, 50 years. Long time. And so what happens is you're on a fixed income and he and Susie Orman don't want you to borrow because you have no way to pay it back. With business, every business borrows money to get started from parents, from banks, from lenders, and they call it capital. We're raising capital. Why? Because we're going to grow the business. And then what's going to happen? We're going to make money. Why? Because we're going to impact and help a lot of people who are going to pay us more than the loan, than the capital that they get. Do you all see that? Let me see if people get that, Vic. You got it?
You all see that? Yeah, got some yeses coming in.
You see, so when people worry about, oh my gosh, I'm going to borrow money, what am I going to do? It's capital to grow your business so that you can multiply your income. And I'll show you what Elon's plan is here in just a minute. Okay. So this is how we became six-figure advisors in literally in a day. I'm going to show you right now, the 4-step program. You want to see it? Tell me yes. About 2 minutes here and I'll show it to you.
Oh, yes.
So number one for our six-figure advisor program used to be called Big School, and the reverse selling system. It's, we're recasting it because of the way we're going to help people. The first thing we teach you, first of all, you have to decide. We only want people in here who have said, yes, I have decided I'm going to become a six-figure advisor. Boom. That's what you want. Not somebody who wants to get people or just want to get money, because money is not that much of a deal. All people in all the network marketing companies, what do they haul up to the front of the room? I'm making 100 grand a month. I'm making 20 grand a month. And I'm a garbage collector. You know how they like to do? Bring the lowest end people in who are making big money and make it sound like any dummy can do it. And then they withhold it to people who have been doing network marketing for 20 years, or they've got a family of 3 generations, right? The thing is that you have to decide that you want to become an advisor to people to help better their lives, because if you do that, there is no limit to your income. None at all. And I'll show you how to get the money. Don't you worry about that. We're the best people at getting money from people who say, please take my credit card. That is called a table rush, because they want what you have and they're ready. They're willing to do. They're not looking for quickie quick. They're not looking for hacks when they don't even know how they're going to advise yet. And you may not know exactly how you're going to advise and who, but we can help you depending on what you're good at. Okay, so you decide. Then you're going to get an attractor formula. How, why, what is that? How do you put out there so that the people with the problem that are always scanning for fixes come to you and go, yeah, so what's your thing about the dollar going to 3 cents? In fact, I would use that for whoever had that. Are you worried about the dollar going to 3 cents? If you are, read this. Here's what we're doing. And don't tell them anything. Just find out, right? Mystery, like the girls and the boys. Keep the kimono closed. Don't be going like this on the first date. No, keep the mystery there. So you get the attractor formula, how to attract. Then we're going to show you the sowing machine. It's SOW. And that is where to sow seeds that are likely to have something good coming of them. Not all seeds do. Remember Jesus sowing this? What's the story about the sower of the seeds? Some fell on, who knows any of that story? Where did some of the seeds fall? Where? Oh yeah, Peng is a good guy. Where did some of the seeds fall? Who knows that story? Do they all fall on good soil and grow into big fat oak trees? Does anybody know where any of them fall? No? No Bible readers here? It's okay, no big deal. No, they don't fall on Peng Joon. No, that's not. Where did they fall? Anybody?
Dry ground.
Rocks,
Got cracks.
right? They fell on stones.
Rocky,
They fell on,
dry
some of the
ground.
birds got them. How about that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Some of the birds got the seeds. And some of them started growing a little bit. Yeah, whatever. The point is, a lot of seed fell on bad ground and couldn't grow. You're going to have that. That's why Jesus told that story. But some of it really grows. And then what happens is the minute it grows and it's without you, people go, oh, that sounds pretty cool, because they see one of your posts, right? Then we have a little virtual magnet. And that's something where people go by themselves to read more with this virtual magnet that we have a little template so you can create it. And they go, yeah. They qualify themselves. Yeah, I want this. And yeah, I want that. And yes, I have this problem. And then what they do is they book themselves on your calendar. And you end up with a calendar booked full of people. Have an appointment at 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. And then when you get tired, you shut the calendar off and go kayaking like Vicky does. And then when you need money, you turn the calendar on and you turn your system on and it starts doing this. That's just what we're doing. If you're an advisor and you become an advisor, yeah, the weeds choke some of the guys. So this is what you end up with. And then we give you the template for your conversation with a person. so that you're always making sure they're coming to you. Right? And then what happens after that? The end. You get a new team going. So you're going to have new problems. Like, here's a new team. What am I going to do? Right? Or friends are going to ask you for money because suddenly you're going to have some money. You go, hey, can I, borrow some money? Right? That'll happen. And then you might have some money to put into crypto or NFTs or whatever it's hot, right? Where you're going to think about word of vacation. Do you see how this works? Tell me if you see this. This is what we have. That's the next step. And what you want to do is here. Oh, you can choose this, but actually, wait a second. I'm going to give you a new one right here. This also works, but I want to give you this one. I just didn't have a chance to update it. Me. All right, here we go. Okay. So sixfigureadvisor.me. Vic, put that in there. Let's see if that works in the chat.
All right, let me try. Let's see. It's new to me too, Kim, so hang on.
I know, we just set it up today. Sixfigureadvisor.me.
Not me, pick me, huh? Okay.
Yep, pick me. Yeah, and the max out works also. Let me see if that works. Go ahead and you guys try that in there. Does that work?
Let me see. Let me fix this. Come on. There we go.
Okay, who's checking on that and doing that? Who's trying that? Is that working for you guys?
It worked for me. I clicked the new one that I just typed in there.
Okay, so remember, it's free to apply. So who should apply if you want to become a six-figure advisor? Holly, good girl. Holly, what is it that good. Holly, you need to reset your chat there to everyone. What is it that you market? When you reset it to everyone, I want to know what you market so other people can see. Yeah. It did. It keeps bouncing back. What do you mean? It keeps bouncing back. What do you mean? You own a gym?
Yep. And Holly, I got your text today, so we're going to be talking.
Okay, good. Good. You own a gym. Oh my gosh, what a marvelous opportunity you have. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Good. Oh, what a marvelous opportunity. Do you sell products there too? Because one thing you can do, we have friends who help gym owners really expand. Is that what you want to do? Stay with your gym business and expand it? Is that what you're looking for to do? Yeah, because you can end up giving classes for people who want to think about becoming advisors. You can have classes for people who want to accelerate how fast they lose weight or sculpt their body or what have you. I mean, it's a marvelous way to do that. We'll show you some of that stuff on a webinar. Oh my God. Yeah. And what you can do is, we actually have something where I don't know how, I think we have like the first two people that come in from each of these that we do. So probably just two of you. We offer something really special. People want to all who here would like to have a little presentation where you present what your problem is that you solve, how you're an advisor, and you want people to be able to book calls right after you make that presentation and you want it going 24/7. Who would like to know how to do that? Okay. Yes, tell me yes. Because one of the things we're going to do, we'll make it for the first two because it's very time intensive for me. I'm going to take two of you and I will look at your business and make sure that, we have everything together, and I will do your presentation with you. And the form that's going to take is I'll do an interview of you and bring out the problems, the issues, the things that you do and how you do it. And at the end of it, so you won't have to do anything except be ready. And we'll do the interview and it'll be between probably 20 and 30 minutes. And you can put it online and have a calendar link for people to book to talk with you. Who would like? What do you think might happen to your business if you did that? If we were able to do that? What do you think? How much would that change your business? Let me see.
Explode. Boom. Donna's filling out the form now. I'd really like your help.
Yeah. And, Donna, you're a good one because, when at the beginning, it's kind of like the answers that you gave came right from your company. I know. I mean, when I see somebody say, well, who do you help? Oh, weight loss. Oh, God. All right. What can you do for people? Oh, I really like the pay plan. See, this is the kind of nonsense that you get from a network marketing company because in the old days, it's not to blame them. They just, what can I say? They're doing things that worked 40 years ago. In today's world, in order to become what you want, which is a really successful, fulfilled, happy, I think wealthy, it's certainly where you never have to worry about money, advisor. That's what you do. Am I right or not? Because if you're not that, then you shouldn't be here. You see, if that's what you want, and then you're not looking for people to sell stuff, you're looking for more advisors, an advisory team. That's how Block, the tax place, got started. How do you think they started? They said, we can make taxes easier for people. Really? Yeah. And every person that owns one of those franchises, I think they're franchises, wants to do that, wants to be the best one to do that. And that's why they're successful. If you had 3 reps that had half of your ambition, you wouldn't need anything else. I can tell you the top people at Isagenix, the top people, Nuke Skin, the top people at, oh God, you name it. Most of them have 3 people that represent 85% of all their money. If they're making 100 grand a month, we have a friend in Isagenix, she's kind of broke the record. She has 5 people, frontline that she personally sponsored, 5 people who are earning over 6 figures a year. That's $100,000 a year. That's not very much to me, but hey, it's something. But those people, and one of them is earning $500,000 a year. Another one I think is earning $800,000 a year. They're all frontline to her. And her income is 100 grand a month, every month, whether she sits on her butt or whether she stands up or whether she is sleeping or awake, the money is there. Because those people are totally committed to helping people with what they do. I mean, this is what you do. They're not people looking for money grubber. They're looking for making a difference so that people want to give them money, because we are all wanting to buy. We love to buy what? Anything that entertains us. Looks good. See? Yeah. That's the key, because you're encouraging people to change their life, but not by making them money or telling them about money, but asking them to give, to offer, to help, to be an advisor that is honored and that is excellent. And you honor excellence in how you advise, not in some hack and shortcut crap when you don't even have the main thing, right? It's so good. And there's so much you can do, So anyway, I was going to tell you about 2 Paradise, or I can just, we can just quit right now. I don't even know what time it is, but I wanted to, it's 6:33. Do you want to hear the 2 dice story or not? It doesn't matter to me. I can tell you about the 2 dice. It's kind of a fun thing that I think you can use for your people, but you tell me yes or no. Are we going to do it or not do it? You want the dice?
You got people saying, come on, do it. Let's hear it.
Come on, do it. Okay, 2 Paradise. Okay, we're playing a game with you, or a venture, right? Something in the future. We don't know the outcome. And with your own money, which pair of dice would you want to have? There's regular dice, random dice, right? You're throwing the dice to see what you're going to get. And by the way, I don't do gambling, not because I'm against it, but because I don't have time. And I gamble on me. I spend all the money that I spend on having people teach me what they're doing so I can think the way they do. So regular dice. And there's another pair of dice. These are the loaded dice. Now, these give you a chance of winning 70% of the time. Have you got that? Let me see if we got this. So it's not all the time, but 70% of the time. Tell me yes, you got it? Yes, yes. All right. So the random dice and the 70% dice. So let's see, hang on here. So here's the story. Which dice would you rather play with in your games? And you might throw for money like 5 cents a pot, 10 cents a pot, or $300 a pot, or $1,000 a pot, right? Whatever it is. Would you rather play with a random dice or the 70% success dice, the loaded dice? Which ones would you rather play with? I know it sounds stupid, but go ahead and answer, because I'm going to ask you the next question, which is not stupid. Which one do you want to play, the 70% or the regular dice? Let's see what people say. Yeah, right. You'd be retarded. Of course, who doesn't want to play with the loaded dice?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Now, why? Why do you want to play with them? Tell me, what's one word? One word. The 70%. What does that mean?
Guaranteed.
Yes, certainty.
Uh-huh.
There's more certainty. Would you say that? Remember, it's 70%, not 100%. Now,
Increase your chances. Loaded to increase my chances.
absolutely, absolutely. 70%. These are the dice for it, right? So then here's this. Now comes a little tricky part. They're going to now sell these 70% dice for $1,000. So now you have to make a decision. The random dice are free. They do the regular. You get random. The 70% dice cost you one time $1,000. You can use them as much as you want, as often as you want, as long as you want. Are we clear? Say yes. Now, which dice would you want to play with? Would you pay the $1,000? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Why? Why would you buy? Why would you pay? Why?
Donna says more chances to make back the 1K.
Right? Yeah, because it's a 70% chance, right? Whether you win $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $300, right? Yeah, win it back in some, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use it as often and as long as you want. And so this $1,000 dice or the regular, why? Certainty, right? And this is what we're offering you here with our project. That when you go to the six-figure advisor program, which used to be called Old School, and you are watching me change it. So when we get big and famous, you're going to know I knew them when. See, the six-figure advisor, the program that we've developed over the last, 30 years, I guess, we are your 70% dice for all the business that you're ever going to do. If you're going to be advising and selling your advice or your product or your service, you can use it for as long as you want. See that? That's what we're doing here. Okay. So that's what I got for you. I promise you, Elon, let me tell you, for those of you that like to know how money works, Elon just announced he's buying Twitter for $44 million. By the way, get with Vic. Vicky, put your, if you don't mind, would you put your number in there? Yeah. 2 people. We're going to give that special interview. We call it the Oprah Moment, because I'll be with you online doing the interview. You're going to answer. And of course, you're going to prep properly. And at the end, you're going to have your calendar attached, which you will show you how to get Calendly. And you're going to learn, because you're going to be part of our program, how to interview the people that come from that video. Okay, you got that? Yeah. So I want to make sure you connect with Vic. If you want to be one of those 2, text her so that you can book a time and be one of them. So Elon, the cost of Twitter is 45B with a billion. This is our boy. Are you ready with this? So here's what he did. Can you all see this? Or do I need to make it bigger? Can you see it, Vic?
Yep, that's good. That's good.
All right. He's buying out Twitter for, they say 45 billion. We'll call it 45 billion. Of this, he's getting 13 billion as a bank loan, a loan, capital, like what some of you might be doing. He's getting a loan. He's the richest guy in the world, but he don't have the money. Why? Because it's a lot. And why is he borrowing? Because he's expecting to pay it back and make 100 times more. based on improvements he thinks he's going to make to Twitter, all of which are in the future, none of which are guaranteed, none of which are guaranteed. But I'd give him the 70% dice, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's Elon. Then he got a $12 billion loan against his Tesla stock. So 13 billion is coming from Morgan Stanley and a bunch of investment bankers. 12 billion he borrowed, and his Tesla stock is security, collateral. Do y'all get this? Tell me yes, you got this. I know you're all trying to get one of these two spots with Vicky. I know. You go ahead and do that. I'll tell you this. We'll have the recording. Okay. Then he got 21 billion from other investors that he's getting. His cash that he has available to spend on this is about 3 billion. And that is about 14% of the cost of this thing. So does he have all the money? No. What did he do? He raises capital.
Mhm.
That's what businesses do. You raise capital. Don't be afraid to borrow money. If you know that you want to be an advisor, you're going to advise people and they're going to pay you for your advice. If that's what you want to be, you'll be that, and we'll help you do that. So you're not in it for the money. You're in it to be the most fabulous, perfect, most beautiful, most effective, the best you can be advisor in that area you want to advise in. That's what we're doing here. This is our best right now today. Next week, it'll be even better, because we do nothing but think about how can we help you get results faster, becoming the person you want to be, which is a six-figure advisor instead of some seller, right? That's why we're looking for this. So he's raising all this capital to make Twitter, whether you like him or not, it's completely irrelevant. He's buying all this and he's borrowing the whole thing and giving massive risk against his Tesla stock, which just took a beating because the market went down today, I don't know, 500 points or something. And it'll go back up. It does this, because people do this. That's why people get nervous and then they run away, and then people buy and then they all come back. So do you see how this works? But just be aware that these are the things, and you get with Vic. Do any of you know this poem? I'm going to end it right here. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. Life is a just employer. He or she gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task.
Nice.
I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. That's Jesse Rittenhouse. I'm here to tell you, ask to become the advisor that you were meant to be. If you believe that you're here to help certain people and that you want to develop yourself and become that advisor, you can be a six-figure, a seven-figure, a 10-figure advisor. That's what I'm here to tell you. Don't settle. Any wage you had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. Okay. All right, you guys, we're done. A little longer than we planned, but hopefully you enjoyed this. And Vic, you have a couple of people
I
signed
do.
up for the special?
I do. I've got several, actually. Holly, I've got your text, and Donna, we just spoke. I know you're hot and ready to go, and there's a couple other you I think as well. Eric, you text me. I've got 3 of you at least.
Okay, good. Well, we are ready to rock and roll, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Now, like I said, we are very big on changing the perception of people who do especially network marketing and to some degree affiliate marketing, so that you revisit what that means and that you see yourself as a six-figure advisor. Because if you have anything at all that helps the world, we want to help you get it out there. And we'll give you the language. If it's in your heart to develop and to be that, we will give you the language, and all of that will come way more easily than if you're just looking for a hack or a quick buck. Right? All right. Vic, are we good? Did you have anything you wanted to add, Vic, to this?
Oh my gosh, this was loaded to the plates, Kim. I mean, really.
Okay.
Full plate. I think this is amazingly good. I just want to say, if you think you don't have any, whatever, market left, war market, you burn them all out. What if you could bring new blood to you as an advisor that is a fit for you, instead of being miserable with the things that you've done in the past, or maybe you signed up in other businesses you've done where you didn't like half the tribe that you brought in. Some of you have done that because you've told me on interviews. But this is a way to bring in new blood, and you can become the advisor and lift them out of their misery. And find that you're having a good time because you have the right tribe. New blood is great. Really, really, really. Having done it the opposite way before I met Kim, putting everybody in that would approach me, and then later on realizing I was doing it wrong and I was causing my self-esteem to fall down. I couldn't sleep at night. Some of the people I didn't like, really, I didn't get along with, they didn't get along with me. And once I let that go and started doing it this way, oh my, you got your time back. You like the people like you, and you're helping change their life, and you're getting something out of it too. So that's enough for the night, but I just want to tell you, it's really been a pleasure to do it this way and to get rid of this idea that you have to go for no. I never go for no. I don't even hear no. I don't hear it anymore. So
Well, and that's why, because
Yeah.
you do the work up front.
Yep.
You do the work up front. It's like Michael Jordan was the best basketball player, and he worked out 6 hours, not a week, a day. A day. The learning, the doing is the most boring. But when you come out, you've done, it shows, it shows. And that's why Warren Buffett talks about one metric, and he says the only scoreboard that matters is not the outer scoreboard. No, that is a reflection of your inner scoreboard. And that is the time and the routines that you've established to become the best advisor to help your people on the planet. And it doesn't take much to get a few hundred people in, for God's sakes. There's 7 billion people in the world. And if you think weight loss is like saturated, look around. Most everybody's overweight. So whatever they're selling, is it working? I guess not. Right?
That's right.
All right. Okay, so I know that I'm just looking at a bunch of applications. I just wanted to be sure that you, one of you girls said you're still trying to get it in. You're filling it out, Donna. Okay, don't forget to fill it out, because we are over the limit right now, but you get yourself in here and we will see what we can do to help you.
And I think I've got a bunch of texts too, so I'll get with each one of you in order. Okay.
All right.
You're ready.
Talk to you soon. See you
All right.
again. Thanks, Vic.
Bye. Thanks, Kim. Always, always, always.
Well, you're awesome too, Holly. Let me tell you right now, takes one to know one. Donna, we're waiting for you. So you get your thing in there. Vic knows she's waiting. She's going to be waiting for you. So don't you worry. And Jeannie, always good to see you. And Gigi, always good to see you. Always good to see all you guys. All right. We'll talk soon. Now, let's see.